And now we're going to talk about downsizing. Lynn, I know that you recently downsized. You had a beautiful home in Covington Lake Estates, your family home of 20 plus years, and then we're now neighbors in Covington Creek. What did you find to be the most challenging aspect of that move?
Just moving itself. So one thing that you realize is you've accumulated a lot of things over 20 some years. So you almost need to just discipline yourself to every year go through your house and clean out the closets and get rid of things that other people could be using. So, you know, if you have things that you're just not using anymore that were your kids, and you know, go ahead and donate them or give them away to friends or things. But it makes the job of moving after 20 years so daunting to try to go through that. The other thing is, I know that we wasted money on packing things up and storing them only to move them to our new house, and now I've had to go through it about 3 times to keep getting rid of. But I see other people do it all the time too.
So in this downsizing process, do you find that some people are in need of possibly renting a storage unit until they can get their items edited down to fit into their new space and understand how they need to live in their new space?
That is a great idea, Richard, because sometimes, and I've done this before too, sometimes you're too hasty and get rid of some furniture pieces and then you wish you had them. So it's a great idea. So if you could just rent a small storage unit and then maybe keep a few pieces in there that you love that you're not sure about yet, but make a decision on them within, say, 6 months. You can do that.
Excellent. And I'm sure, as we all know, we have family, we have friends, and there's incredible resources to take on these extra things that we realize we no longer need in our new life.
You know, it makes you feel good, it makes you feel lighter, you know, just getting rid of things that you don't need anymore and taking them to a consignment shop or taking them to Goodwill.
Why do you think more people are downsizing? What is it that they're looking for?
I think probably the number one reason that empty nesters downsize is they realize they just have this big house that was full of kids before, and now, you know, they don't need all that space. And I think also after maybe living in a home for a long time, you're ready for a change. I would say just in our case, I mean, we loved our home, but it was almost kind of sad walking by all the bedrooms where the kids are gone and they're not going to be back living here anymore. But it was a family home, and it's time for another family to live there. So we decided to go to a villa. We wanted to downsize the yard and the basement. We had 3 floors, and I did not want a basement anymore. I just don't like to go down to basements. So those are the 2 things that I didn't want anymore. So we found a villa that had 2 floors, and in Fort Wayne, in the area, there are not that many villas. I mean, there is a real shortage of villas, but it is a great lifestyle when you are an empty nester, not to have to worry about the yard anymore and the outsides. There's a lot of movement downtown right now, a lot going on. So I find a lot more people are saying, hey, I might want to live in a villa closer to town, or even in a condo in downtown Fort Wayne now. So some people,
and there are some incredible options out there.
We have so many people that want to buy villas right now, and we can't seem to find enough of them. Most of them are like the one that my husband and I bought is very, very dated. So we had to go through a 6-month process of redoing the whole home. We got it for a great price, but then we had to remodel the whole thing.
But I have to admit, and as we're neighbors, there is a wonderful sense of community when you move into these areas of villas and condominiums, which is a plus in downsizing. Some people are somewhat lonely to leave a neighborhood where they have friends and families they've grown up with 20 years. Mm-hmm. I can say in my experience, I created a whole new sense of community where I moved. I have great friends, I have great areas to walk in, and the beauty of it is that turnkey, and I can walk out and go. So Lynn, what do you think most people find difficult in downsizing into a smaller space?
Say you're going from a 4-bedroom home and you want to go to a 2-bedroom, then you need to think of ways you can multi-purpose rooms. For instance, if you buy a 3-bedroom condo or villa and you want to be able to have room for guests sometimes, but you know it's very rare, then make those rooms into something else you can really use, like an office, but put a Murphy bed on the side.
Oh, great. So someone can use a room as a den, an office space. It's also a bedroom for guests. So it's multi-purposing the space that they find.
Another example of that would be in the villa that my husband and I just bought. We took one room and made it his office, his TV room, and his exercise room. It's all in one room.
So repurposing what you have in a new space and adjusting your lifestyle to accommodate.
Exactly.
Great. Thank you, Lynn. This has been very insightful. We hope this has been helpful for you also as you get ready to downsize or are looking to sell your current home.